open the meeting. It is, what time? It is 7:02 on the 17th. And I need to read into the record the fact that we're doing this remotely. So in accordance with the governor's order suspending certain provisions of the open meeting law relating to the coronavirus outbreak emergency, this September 17th meeting of the Zoning Board of Appeals shall be physically closed to the public to avoid group congregation. However, to view this meeting in progress, please go to facebook.com at LakeCAM. You don't need a Facebook account to view the meeting. This meeting is also being recorded. So that brings us to our second agenda item. And before we can do anything, we need to reorganize the board, which means we need to have a chair, we need to have a vice chair, and I believe we need to have a clerk. So at this point, it's a formality we need to go through, but we do need to do this. So is anyone interested in being the chair of the committee? I will be willing to step in and be the chair at this point for the time being. We can always reorganize again later if we need to, but I am more than willing to do that, but we would need to go through a process of, I need a nomination, someone needs to second it, then the board members will have to vote.
Hey, John, I would move to nominate John Oliveri as the chair of the Zoning Board of Appeals. This is Nora Klein.
I'll second that. This is Jerry Noble with Zoning Board.
Okay, again, I'm not sure if we're doing this absolutely correctly, but if town council were here, I'd pass it off to council, but I don't think they need to be here based on what's going to happen with the rest of the meeting, because I have spoken to council already. But I guess I can call the vote, even though it is for me. So, and keep in mind, any votes we take remotely, we do need to do by roll call. So let me just make sure I have everyone's name up here. I need to. And at this point, I do not believe Chris Carmichael is on the call, and he is one of the regular members. So, Jerry, do you vote yay or nay?
I vote yay, John.
Jeff, yay or nay?
Yay.
Nora, yay or nay?
Yay.
And I will abstain because it's for me, but it only requires a simple majority. So I guess I am chair now. Having said that, do we have anybody interested in being vice chair? And if we don't have anyone interested in being vice chair, I am going to nominate Jeff Youngquist as vice chair.
I'll
Sorry.
second that nomination, Klein.
Okay, do we have any other nominations for? Okay, let's do a roll call vote. For Jeff Youngquist as the vice chair, Jerry?
For.
Nora?
Yay.
And I am voting yay as well. So simple majority carries. Jeff, you are our vice chair. And I believe we need to at least fill the clerk's position. Some of these, for those folks listening, we need to do in order to be able to sign a lot of documents and whatnot in order for us to function properly. So any volunteers for clerk?
Hey, John, I know I'm a new member, but I'd be more than willing to do the clerk. This is Nora Klein.
Well, Nora, guess what? I nominate you anyways because you keep speaking up. So I'm glad you volunteered. So I'll nominate Nora Klein as our clerk. Do we have a second?
I second it.
Okay, Jeffrey seconded it. Let's do a roll call vote. Jerry?
Yay.
Jeff?
Yay.
And I'm going to vote yay as well. Simple majority. Nora, congratulations. You're now our clerk. Okay, so that takes care of the, we'll call it housekeeping at this point. So now on to the petitions themselves. And I'm going to make a couple of.
Excuse me, John.
Yes.
We had previously a vice clerk in case the clerk wasn't present at a meeting or was unable to sign the paperwork.
Well, that is perfect then, because Jerry, guess what you're going to be? I'm going to nominate Jerry Noble as our vice clerk. Do I have a second?
I
Second.
Okay, Jeff, I think you got there first. So Jeff seconded, and we're going to go through the roll call again. Jeff?
Yay.
Nora,
Yay.
and I'm voting in favor as well. Simple majority. Jerry, congratulations. We have all of our slots filled. Anybody else I need to do? Kathy, keep.
That's it.
Okay. All right, now back to the comment I'm going to make. So, the board is comprised of 5 individuals. You know, some folks on the call may know this, some people may not, but I'll do it for everyone's edification. In order, for the most part, almost anything we vote on needs what's called a supermajority. So 4 out of 5 votes need to be in favor in order to grant either a variance or a special permit. This isn't something where, you know, you only need a simple majority like we just did. That's probably one of the few things we can do a simple majority on is voting, reorganizing the board. Based on that fact, based on the fact that a number of folks on this board, including associate members who step in the role of a regular member if need be, if a regular member isn't available or has a conflict or for various reasons, who literally were just appointed within the past, we'll say 72 hours, and probably didn't get packets till within 24 hours, possibly in some cases, if they've even have them, and weren't necessarily all sworn in. After talking to council, we're going to make I'm going to make a recommendation to our board, and I believe hopefully no one's completely in the dark as far as the petitioners go, because the office did reach out to everyone and at least left messages. I believe it's in all of our best interest to open these meetings, vote to continue them immediately, give the new zoning board members a chance to get their feet under them, do the proper research they need to do. Again, keep in mind, you need a supermajority. So if you have a member who's not comfortable or doesn't feel they understand everything that's going on with the process of what your application's asking for, people tend to say no unless they understand it. You run a higher risk of not being granted something if the individuals who are voting on it don't have the full picture. Having said that, by continuing it, what it's going to help us avoid doing is it's going to help us avoid having to repost, having to notify abutters, having to go through the whole process again. Nothing changes with the process other than we just hold off for a week or two. It's actually going to be 2 weeks because we've already done our due diligence and checked with LakeCAM and whatnot to make sure we can facilitate this other than our regular scheduled time, which is the 3rd Thursday every month. So you won't have to wait till 3 weeks into October. In that way, it'll avoid a lot of pitfalls that we could run into. Again, I spoke to town council about it. Their recommendation is that we do take this strategy as well, because again, I think it's in the petitioner's best interest, because you're going to have folks who have a little more time to understand what they're voting on, and it's also in the town's best interest to make sure that we also have our feet under us and know what we're voting on. So, having said that, what I am going to do at this point is I will go through the agenda, open the hearing. Again, I'm not going to get into any real details other than to describe, you know, what the individual's applying for, and I'll ask for motions from the board members to continue the meeting. Now, keep me honest here, Kathy. I believe do we need a supermajority to continue a hearing? Do you think? And the only reason I ask, I'm gonna ask our associate member to vote on these as well, if that's the case, because again, where Chris is not here, I'd just rather have, you know, 5 out of 5 to vote to continue it.
Yeah, I think that you should have at least 5.
So Chris, hopefully you can hear me. As an associate, first off the bat, you're gonna get to vote on stuff. So whether you want to or not, I guess.
Sounds good.
Okay, so the first hearing we have on the agenda is for 33 Shore Ave, and I apologize up front because I'm sure I'm going to butcher a lot of names as we go forward at this meeting and future meetings, but the Virginia hearing for 33 Shore Ave is a request for a after-the-fact special permit under section 6.3.2 and 7.4 to allow a shed to remain within the setbacks on a non-conforming lot. I would entertain a motion to continue this hearing to October 1st. It would also, the meeting would also be at 7 o'clock. And if for some reason the petitioner is on here and that date doesn't work, please speak up and let us know, and we can always continue it till our actual regular meeting next, what is it, Kathy, the 23rd of October? Right?
21st, I think.
It's the 15th.
Okay, so you'd be another 2 weeks out. So do we have a motion to continue the meeting to October 1st at 7 p.m.?
Second the motion.
Did we have a first? I didn't make the motion. I prefer not to make motions as the chair of a committee, so I'll always ask for someone else to do it if I could.
I'll make the motion to continue.
Okay, who made the motion? Because Kathy needs to know who it was.
Renewable. Motion to continue.
Do we have a second?
I'll
Second from Chris
Klein.
Carmichael.
Okay, Chris Carmichael, second. Any more discussion, or does the first, if I don't hear from the petitioner, I'll assume the first works for them.
Mr. Chairman, my name is Mike Modestino, and I'm standing in for Peter Salino, who's representing the applicant. And I've checked with Mr. Salino. He was unavailable tonight, but he is available on October 1st.
Great, thank you. Okay, so October 1st works. We have a motion. Okay, we got to do the roll call vote here. So I apologize. I keep going back and forth on my screen here, so bear with me. Okay, Chris, unfortunately, you don't get to vote this time because I heard Chris Carmichael here. So Chris Sheedy, you don't get to vote. So Chris Carmichael is gonna fulfill his role as a full member at this point. And I guess for the record, if this isn't the case, please speak up. But I'm assuming all full members have been sworn in at the clerk's office at this point.
Yes.
Okay.
Correct.
Okay, so we're going to roll call vote in favor of continuing the hearing until October 1st. Jerry?
Yay.
Jeff?
I don't know if I should vote. That's my plan.
Okay, well, then Jeff's going to recuse himself. And Chris, I'm going to ask you to step up. Are you in favor of the motion to continue the meeting to the 1st?
Yes. I agree.
Nora?
Aye.
And Chris Carmichael?
Agreed.
Okay, thank you very much. And I'm gonna jump over the Iafredi hearing only because I know he's not on the call at this point. So when he comes, we will explain what we're doing. So the next, I'm gonna jump to the agenda item, the Fuller hearing, 32 Fuller Shores Road, request for a permit under section 6.1.3 and 7.4 to add a 20 by 11.5 foot storage area to the second story of a dwelling located on a non-conforming lot. Do we have a motion to continue that hearing to October 1st unless the petitioner or the representative is on the call and that date doesn't work for them?
So moved. Klein.
Do we have a second?
I second it.
Okay. We have a first and a second to move. I haven't heard anything from a petitioner, so I'm assuming that date will work. 1st of October, 7 o'clock. I'm going to do the roll call vote. And Jerry?
Yay.
Jeff?
Yay.
Nora?
Yay.
And Chris?
Yay.
I'll vote in favor as well. Okay, so that meeting is continued to the 1st. Next on the agenda is the house hearing, 2 Edgewater Drive, request for a special permit under 7.4 to construct a walkway, a 44-foot by 28.5-foot garage, a pavilion approximately 16 by 12, and a patio within the setbacks on a pre-existing non-conforming lot. I would entertain a motion to continue that hearing to October 1st at 7 p.m. unless the petitioner is on and that date doesn't work for them.
Motion so made by Carmichael.
Do we have a second?
Second by Noble.
Okay, do we have any further discussion? Or I haven't heard anything with the petitioner, so I'm assuming the first works. I'm going to do the roll call. Okay, Jerry?
Yay.
Jeff?
What's this? This is the first rate one?
This is Edgewater. Is there a conflict?
Yes, conflict.
Okay, so I'm going to ask you to step up, Chris Sheedy, and vote whether you're in favor or against moving the date to continue to the 1st.
Yay.
Okay, Nora,
Yay.
Chris Carmichael,
Yay.
and I am in favor as well. Okay, so that passes. Okay, the next hearing is the mayor hearing, 8 Lincoln Street, request for a special permit under 6.1.3 or 6.13, excuse me, and 7.4 to construct a 6-foot farmer's porch within the setback of a pre-existing non-conforming lot. Do I have a motion to continue the hearing till October 1st at 7 p.m. unless the petitioner has an issue with that date?
I make
So
Motion
moved.
so made.
Okay, we'll have Jeffrey made the motion and Nora seconded the. I haven't heard anything. Assuming then that the first works, we'll do a roll call vote. And Jerry,
Yay.
Jeff,
Yay.
Nora,
Yay.
Chris,
Yay.
and John Oliveri, yay. All right, let me jump back here. Do we have Mr. Iafredi on?
Yeah, John, I'm here.
Okay, all right. I don't know how much has been explained to you or how much the office told you what was going on, but
Yeah.
I'll kind of quick Reader's Digest version. We're based on the reorganization and new members on the board that literally happened earlier this week. We're continuing all of the hearings out 2 weeks to give folks a chance to get themselves wrapped around petitions where we have quite a few of them. So what we're doing is we're just making motions to continue the hearing to October 1st, 7 p.m. Unless there's an issue with that date, then we can move it to the October 15th, which is our normal hearing. Is that date fine for you?
October, oh, yeah, the first works fine for me, John. Thank you.
Okay. All right. So I'll entertain a motion to continue well, let me read the petition first. The Iafredi Johnson hearing, Betty's Neck Road, M065-B004-L025, request for a special permit under 6.1.1 and 7.4 to construct a single-family dwelling on a pre-existing non-conforming lot where a dwelling was located previously but has since burned down. I'll entertain a motion to continue that hearing till October 1st at 7 p.m.
Make the motion.
We have a first by Jeff,
Second by Noble.
second by Noble. Okay, roll call vote. Jerry,
Yay.
Jeff,
Yay.
Nora,
Yay.
Chris, Carmichael.
Conflict.
Yes, did you say yes?
I said I have a conflict, Mr. Chairman.
Oh, I'm sorry about that. All right, Chris Sheedy, are you in favor of moving the date?
Yeah.
Okay. And Oliveri's in favor. So we've taken care of continuing all the hearings out for 2 weeks. Our next agenda item is meeting minutes votes to be approved. I'm going to have to check with council on this one. I forgot to ask that question only because I do not believe anyone potentially on this board at this point was available for those meetings. So I'm not sure how we get those approved, but I'm sure there's a workaround. There's some way we can do it. So we will we'll just have to add that agenda item back to the next meeting, Kathy, and talk to Amy about that in the meantime. Okay, any old business to come before the committee at this point? I do have one item that I'll classify, I guess, as new business. I am going to try to coordinate a time to do a meeting. This is more so for the board members to have our town council, who represents the zoning board, put together a time meeting, obviously it'll be virtual, to kind of get us up to speed on these hearings, and as well as expectations and just general knowledge about the zoning board, where I know we have a couple of folks on the board who are, not that they're new to the stuff that comes before us, but new to the zoning board. So I think it's in everyone's best interest to do that, start off with a clean slate. So you'll be getting an email, and we'll try to figure out a time that works best for all of us. Fortunately, with virtual meetings, it's not like anyone has to drive anywhere. So we are going to do that to be as prepared as we can going forward. So does anyone else have any other new business to come before this committee or this board? Okay, if we have nothing else, I will entertain a motion to adjourn.
Motion so made.
Youngquist made the motion. Do we have a second?
Second.
Who was the second? You made the motion, Jeff. You can't second it.
I mean, no.
Carmichael, second.
All right, Carmichael seconded it. So I love this roll call thing. It's nice not having to drive anywhere, but man. Okay, the vote is to close the meeting. Jerry?
Yay.
Jeff?
Yay.
Nora?
Yay.
Chris Carmichael?
Yay.
And Oliveri, yay. Again, I apologize to the petitioners for the delay here, but we promise we will act on these and start forward again, and just ask you to be patient with us. Unfortunately, it's the way town government works sometimes, and there's no other way around it for us. But in any event, we'll see everyone on the 1st of October. Thank you.
Thanks, John.